Hello, everyone. It's Michelle from IELTS Advantage with another success story. Hi, Christian.
Hello, Michelle.
And you must be doing well today because you've recently passed your IELTS test.
Yeah, of course, I'm very well today.
Can you introduce yourself to everybody? Tell us where you're from, what you do for a living, and then tell us what scores you got on your last IELTS test.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Christian. I'm originally from Romania, but at the moment I'm resident in Ireland for more than 1 year. At the moment I'm working in contact tracing, so I'm usually doing calls over the phone, so I'm contacting people. But originally I'm a pharmacist, so I'm now very happy that I can perform my career here in Ireland. So in my IELTS exam, I take it 3 times before, but now I already got the score that I need. So I got 8 in listening, 7 in reading, 7 in speaking, and 7 in writing finally.
And now, is that what you needed so that you could register as a pharmacist?
Exactly, yeah. Wow. I needed 7 in each. So yeah, I'm fully accomplished now.
Excellent. So you can go back to being a pharmacist.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So what scores did you get on your IELTS test the first time you took it? Can you remember?
Yeah, I can remember. So I was very close. I had 7.5 in listening, 7 in writing, 7 in speaking, but 6.5 in writing. And I was really frustrated. I was like, oh my God, that cannot happen. It's 0.5 points. So I should go again. So this cannot happen, So it's only 0.5 points. So it's not a big deal. So it's a language test. So that's what I'm thinking the first time, but it's not like that. You should work very hard to achieve this 0.5 point. It's not really like that. Yeah, so I went for the second time and I got 6 in the writing and 6 in speaking. So yeah, it was a big drop because I didn't think about the other parts of the test. I was really focused on writing, and that's bad. So if you go for the test, you should be fully prepared.
Yeah. Did you know why you were not getting a 7 in writing?
Yeah, after all the course and the instructions from you, I definitely know all what happened. So I was there practically blindly. So without a plan, without a structure, I didn't really know exactly what was wrong with me, with my vocabulary, my grammar, and my planning in general. I was really there with just some information online and my general background English. So that was bad. You cannot trust tips and tricks from internet and what you really think about the exam, because it's not like that. You should have an expertise and a good feedback from someone who really knows what they're doing regarding this exam and exams in general. Yeah.
And what did the teachers tell you in your writing feedback? What mistakes did you have to fix so that you could get to the band 7 level?
Yeah, first of all, I started with writing. So my structure was a disaster. So I didn't really put main ideas in the introduction. I didn't know how to develop. Grammar and vocabulary was fine in general, but I had lots of I don't know exactly word choice mistakes and little grammar mistakes, but the main point was how to express ideas, how to develop, and how to explain things to make it simple, because pharmacists and medical professions in general requires complex things. So I was trying to think very complex, to have impressive ideas, and it's not like that. IELTS is mostly related to communication, so that's why it should be simple. As simple. If it's something simple, it would be a very good mark in general, because there are fewer mistakes.
It's such a common misconception that you need to impress the examiner with your ideas and impress the examiner with your vocabulary, but it's just simply not the case, is it?
It's not the case. Definitely, it's not the case. It should be, maybe instead of having complex things, you should be mostly related to the topic. So even if it's considered a simple word, it could be complex for the topic. For example, I will refer now to pharmacy. So if you think about drugs, it's a complex word for many people, even if for medical professions, it's a very basic word.
It's the word you need. I think that's.
Yeah, it's the word you need. Exactly. Yeah.
So after you learned what your mistakes were in terms of structure and organization, how did you improve? What exactly did you do to improve this?
I totally followed the plans from the course. There is a template plan and how to follow every possible sentence and how to organize the sentences and what things to include in each sentence. So in the introduction, there is a specific thing to include there. Then in the main body, how to develop, how to think, how to develop the main body. You have the critical thinking course, I think. So in that course, I learned exactly how to think and how to develop, and then how to relate the example to the main idea. And then in the conclusion, to list exactly the same things and not new ideas, because I didn't realize I list new ideas in the conclusion because it was pretty similar, but it wasn't. It was something totally different after I read carefully.
Yeah, so, we don't want pretty similar. We want exactly, don't we?
Exactly the same. Yeah, because if it's not 100% sure, it's probably not correct. So yeah.
Yeah. So you had your personalized writing feedback. Did you join any of the live Cambridge practice lessons or do anything in the VIP community to practice?
Yeah, I did join some live Cambridge practices just to make sure to work together with the teacher firstly, and then I could work by myself, because usually I couldn't join too many live lessons because my workplace required me to work 12 hours a day. So yeah, I mostly watch the recordings. So yeah, I follow the recordings most of the times, but whenever I could catch some live Cambridge practices, I joined there. I always posted the 8 essays on the community, so I could discuss also with other students who we could give feedback to each other. So that's really important, to see different opinions, to maybe to analyze different mistakes differently, and to improve in general. You can improve from other students as well. Why not?
So you were really busy. Wow, working 12
hours
a day and then studying.
Yeah.
That must have been difficult. How did you manage your time and how did you stay motivated?
Yeah, I always think about my my goal. So I was thinking that well, I should achieve my goal somehow, and I worked 4 days a week. So I was like, yeah, I have 3 days of the week. So in these 3 days, I should give everything for the course and for my goals. So it worked finally. Yeah, I worked several hours while I was off. So yeah, it worked. It worked in the end. Yeah.
And what are you doing now with all your free time now that you don't have to study for IELTS anymore?
Well, I had a vacation already in the UK, so I celebrated with a very, very good trip. And now I'm thinking about maybe traveling or maybe to start to practice a sport. Yeah, because I'm a big fan of that. And I didn't have any time for that now because I was studying. But yeah, now I'm back to my normal life.
Fantastic.
I think
that's helpful to motivate students who might be, feeling a bit overwhelmed with work and study. It's like, if you stick with it, if you fix your mistakes, if you improve your weaknesses, eventually you'll get there, you'll get the scores you need, and then you can get back to your normal life.
Exactly. Yeah. So they should work very hard. No, it's difficult. It should put a lot of effort in each section of the test, depending what your weakness is. So they should first of all think about what's your weakness, what's the main weakness, to start from there. It's not like joining to courses which usually have classes for all the section of the test, because it's not like that. You should find what's your weaknesses. It's useless to, for example, study 2 weeks on listening if you are good on listening. You should put effort 2 weeks on your weaknesses, definitely, and not what you're doing well.
Exactly. I think that's really good advice, especially for somebody who's busy, like you were busy, and you didn't want to spend the rest of your life studying for IELTS.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. So you figured out, like, when you got your feedback for writing, you knew exactly what you needed to fix, so you fixed it. For speaking, was there anything that the teachers told you in mock speaking tests that you had to improve? I think we had a mock speaking test together, didn't we?
Yeah. I had the first mock speaking test with you, so you told me about vocabulary. And I was really a bit confused about vocabulary because I'm usually finding with vocabulary and grammar. So I didn't really know how to start, but I was like, yeah, I should not improve my general vocabulary to learn list of words. That's bullshit. So don't do that. So I was only thinking about being calm, being motivated to speak fluently and to improve maybe the words I need. So that's what I did, and it worked. Yeah, I improved my vocabulary very easy. So being calm during the speaking test was the best idea.
Yeah, I mean, everybody listening to you will be quite impressed with your fluency. Like you said, with your job, you were on the phone with people all day. So
exactly, yeah.
Speaking English a lot, but it's still good to have that mock speaking test practice so that you learn how to control your nerves, control your anxiety in the speaking test, and so that you're able to show your best ability to the examiner.
And anyway, on the phone, I'm not speaking exactly topic-specific vocabulary, so I'm not involved to have little topics, little speaking about different things. I'm usually speaking about health. So if someone will ask me about crimes or laws or any unfamiliar topic, I would be like, what do you speak? what do you want? What do you want from me? Yeah, so I should be prepared for topic specific things. So that's why mock speaking test was a good idea, to know exactly what should I focus. And it was a good idea because when I was on the phone with people, I always try to focus on my mistakes, on what I'm speaking usually wrong. So how should I improve that, of course? So it worked in general.
Yeah, so you took all the opportunities you had in your daily life to focus on your mistakes and work on removing those mistakes. Yeah.
Exactly. So especially when I had big mistakes with vocabulary, or when I lose my fluency during the calls, that's the moment when I try to figure that, okay, what was wrong there, and how should I improve that? And it worked. It definitely worked. So I had several opportunities to speak with my colleagues, if anyone from the building, from the workplace. So yeah, they motivated also a lot.
Yeah, good. That's excellent advice for anybody who maybe feels nervous about how they're going to perform in an actual speaking test. It's like having those couple mock tests or doing the practice.
Exactly. Yeah.
They
should know exactly what's their weaknesses. They should know exactly how to start and how to improve, and to focus on the right things. So they should not focus on things which doesn't matter. So I heard a lot of people who think about what to wear or how to have a good eye contact. That's not relevant, And it's also a funny story. So there were like 10 people on the speaking test where in the test center, and there was a Russian lady who was like, "You should use idioms. You should use at least one idiom." And I was like, "No, you should not." Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? Because you took our course, because you knew what exactly you had to do and what didn't matter, you can just disregard all of that kind of nonsense, can't you?
Exactly. So you should not be on the test with things like which doesn't matter. You should be fully prepared and be there to take the score that you need, and that's it. Nothing else.
Yeah. What advice, Christian, do you wish someone had given you when you first started studying for IELTS?
Well, first of all, you should know exactly what's your main weakness. So if you didn't get the test as I did before, because I had it 3 times already. So if you're on the first attempt, definitely you should think about what's your main weakness. So if you can find that by yourself, for example, if you take a practice test or something like that, if you know that you usually don't write in English, you don't speak in English, you should start from there. If you know, for example, that you speak a lot, so you are confident that you're speaking, you're okay, just move on, see that your writing is okay, and that's it. Yeah. First of all, for listening and reading, you can easily think about taking a test and see what your key mistakes. And then for writing, I would definitely recommend getting feedback from someone before going for a test. That was my main mistake, that I was studying alone first time. Yeah. And yeah, that's why I waste time and money for that, because I was trying to do all the things alone, and that's a bad idea. So for speaking and writing, you definitely need a teacher.
Yeah, like you can know what feels difficult for you when it comes to speaking or writing, but unless you know exactly what the examiner expects, you don't know if you're doing it, if you're not doing it. So it can save you a lot of time if somebody points it out to you.
Yeah, you should know exactly what the exams requires from it, because it's not really related to general English that, okay, you know English, you are at level B1, B2, doesn't matter. It's exactly what the exam requires you to get for your desired score. So you should find that from an expert, and not a specific teacher or a general English teacher, because usually general English teachers are not usually know how to deal with exams like that. So you should definitely need an expert.
Yeah, it's like you can have good English, but if you don't have the information you need, you're not going to get the score.
Exactly. You need exactly the skills required for that exam. Yeah. And you should find that from someone, because, if you're trying to research online, you will find a lot of nonsense information. So that's not a relevant idea.
Yeah. Like it's easy for me to look at the information online and know what's good and what's rubbish, but that's because
we don't know. We don't know. Yeah. If you look at one source, that sounds nice, but if you look at the second information, that you will find something which contradicts. So which is the right information? We don't know. So we should look for someone who knows exactly.
Yeah, and it can be quite frustrating for someone like yourself who lives in an English speaking country, who works in English, who's very good at communicating in English, to still fail the IELTS test. You know, I feel for students like that, because it probably is like your case. Grammar and vocab is fine, but you need someone to tell you, like, you know, what information to put in every single sentence. And when you can do that, you're good.
Yeah, there won't be any problem after that. So if you know exactly what to do, it should be very easy.
Yeah. So are you still working with contact tracing, or are you looking for a job as a pharmacist yet?
At the moment, I'll work here because, you know, if I'll be registered, I'll have some advantages after that. They will bring me to do complex calls. So because I'm a medical profession, I'll definitely have more advantages, a good salary. But anyway, in the meantime, I'll try to research for a pharmacist job. I had some offers from Northern Ireland already, but because I didn't have the exam, I couldn't contact them. Yeah, so it's frustrating. But I'll do it now, of course. Yeah, I'll try to research with this company. Yeah,
that's great, fantastic. So it's gonna help you improve your life in the future.
Definitely, yeah. So it was a really good experience here. I learned a lot. I met many people, many friends, and a lot of good teachers who helped me a lot. And thank you very much for that. You are unique, to be honest. Yeah, you are very unique.
Well, I'm just so glad that you got the scores that you need.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing.
Thanks to everyone.
Yeah, thank you for sharing your journey with us. It's been really interesting hearing about your experience, and it's going to help all the students who are listening to you. They can learn from what you did right, the mistakes you made, avoid those mistakes, and get the scores they need quickly as well.
Yeah, I hope they will do it well. So just focus on what matters. Think about building your skills, building your general English if it's necessary, and then you will ace it for sure. So just work hard. That's what matters.
Great. Thank you so much, Christian.
Thank you so much, Michelle. All the best to everyone.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Hey, Chris here again. Hopefully you enjoyed that success story video. That student was part of our IELTS VIP course. And on that course, we show students exactly where they're going wrong and exactly what to do to get the score that they need. And we give them all the help and support that they need in order to get a 7, 8, or even 9 in their IELTS test. Now, we only work with a really small number of students. Because of the level of help and feedback and support that we give students, we can only work with a very small number of them. But we also have more success stories than any other online or offline course in the world, which has created a huge amount of demand for our course. So we're the only course in the world, I believe, that has a very long waiting list. If you want to join that waiting list, all you have to do is just click here and you'll be able to add your name, add your email address, and then when one of our students becomes successful and leaves the course, the next position can be for you. Hopefully see you in there. Bye-bye.